One of the reasons why Batman is one of the most popular superheroes is precisely because he has one of the most spectacular galleries of villains in the entire history of fiction, both inside and outside the world of comics, with villains who not only pose a unique threat to Batman, but are also different enough from one another to stand out in his own way. That is why in this video I have decided to bring you what in my opinion are the 10 best Batman villains. Number 10, Black Mask, is one of the most insane criminal masterminds that Batman has ever faced. Proof of this is that he killed his own parent and used the wood from his father's coffin to make the mask that covered his face. After that, he became one of the most dangerous criminals to ever threaten the street of Gotham. Also, from being part of his villain gallery, the only thing Black Mask has in common with Batman is the fact that they both come from extremely wealthy families and hate each other. Number 9, Harley Quinn. Dr. Harley Frances Quinzel worked as a trainee psychiatrist at Arkham Asylum, until she was fascinated with the Joker, becoming obsessed with unraveling the reason for his dangerous insanity. After several psychiatric sessions with the Joker, she ended up being manipulated by the Clown of Crime and helps him escape for Arkham. This is how she acquired her new criminal identity known by the name of Harley Quinn. Number 8, Two-Face. Harvey Dent was renowned lawyer after suffering a terrible accident that disfigured half of his face. He became the object of ridicule for his appearance. Because of this, he ended up succumbing to an emotional imbalance that led him to become a criminal. He is always accompanied by a coin that he used to throw in the air and decide on his actions. If he comes up heads, he gives his crime money to charity. If tails, he keeps everything stolen for himself. Number 7, Poison Ivy. Pamela Early was a botanic student who, after falling in love with one of her professors, was injected with a toxic serum that led her immune to all poisons. A short time later, she discovered that her skin had turned green, that she possessed the ability to control all species of plants, and that she released a pheromone that put animals likely to succumb under her control. It was only a matter of time until she decided to become the criminal Poison Ivy. Number 6, Ra's al Ghul, whose name in Arabic means head of the demon, is as small and immortal, being more than several hundred years old. He discovered the Lazarus Well, a place that holds water with healing powers. However, prolonged exposure to this water has the side effect of madness. Ra's al Ghul accumulated knowledge of multiple disciplines over the years and ended up becoming an excellent fighter. Later, he created the League of Assassins, a secret group that intended to decimate the entire human race to build a new world from scratch. Number 5, Scarecrow. Jonathan Crane was a psychology professor who had expelled from the university for having fired a gun in one of his classes as a teaching tool. The idea was that his students better understand the psychology of fear. After being fired, he transformed into the Scarecrow, a figure whose only goal was to convey feelings of misery and fear to all those who crossed his path. In his early days, he was an excellent fighter, and only after a few years, he started to use his famous fear toxin. Number 4, Riddler. Edward Nygma, better known as the Riddler, a completely deranged character. Even as a child, Nygma tormented his parents with incessant questions, because he wanted to have the answer to everything. Later, as an adult, he became a criminal obsessed with proving that his intellect was superior to Batman's. Number 3, Bane. Bane had a pretty rough childhood. As a baby, he was sent to a high-security prison to serve a sentence for the acts committed by his father. Trained by the other inmates, he became an excellent fighter, a volunteer as guinea pig in text to experiment with a new drug called Venom. This drug increased his strength, but it gave him a terrible dependency, forcing him to constantly consume new doses of this narcotic. Bane is also known for being the monster that broke Batman's back, being one of the few that has managed to defeat the Masked Hero.
Number 2. Penguin. When he was a child, the rest of children mocked of him for his strange psychical appearance. Oswald Cobblepot was born into a wealthy family, but because of his appearance, even they despised him, until his father suffered from pneumonia that ended up killing him. He got sick after a rainy day, so Oswald's mother became obsessed and forced her son to use an umbrella daily. That's where his obsession and fascination with this gadget come from. He has become one of the Gotham City's biggest criminals. He is not crazy, and despite his appearance, he is elegant and even honorable on occasions. Number 1. It may be predictable, but a list of the best Batman villains can end without the Joker topping the list. The Joker is without a doubt the main arch-enemy of Batman, and despite being of the most popular, his identity is totally unknown, and he remains to this day one of the biggest mysteries of the world of comics. The Joker was also responsible for some of the cruelest acts ever perpetrated in comic book history, such as murdering the Robin known as Jason Todd and being responsible for attacks that left Batgirl Barbara Gordon prostrate in a wheelchair. And this top ends here. If it has been to your liking, you can support it by liking the video and share it so that it reaches more people. If you also have a personal top, you are welcome to share it in the comment box. Also, if you like, you can subscribe to help this channel grow and thus be able to bring more videos like this. And without anything else to add, see you in a next video.